Hello YouTube, this is Foster Australia for being American for your parents who did love you. Today we are starting a blank room in SOUNDSTAGE. That's why you don't see anything. You might look around, there is just the empty vastness of space. Alright, and so how we pull up our menu is we go to our little circle pad here on the controller. Controller looks a little bit different in this, but that's quite alright. Alright, so this is our menu. We pull up the circle pad. If I want the menu elsewhere, I do that to get rid of it and press it again to, use it again. Alright, so here we have our menu, and I want to show you just the basics today. Alright, and that is how a sampler works. Samplers are what you're going to be using for literally everything. For what you need to do with literally just about anything in this, you're going to be using a sampler and an audio file, which is under tapes. So yeah. You just pull out tapes. This is your entire tape library, and you can spawn multiple of these, as many as you like. Like I could just just as many as I want, no problemo. Alright. If I want to get rid of anything, I I hold it and drag it into the recycling bin, just as I did. Alright. Now how a sampler works, you figure out, as you scroll over, you see the sounds, you hear them. Alright, and since we're focusing on drums here, so let's... Alright, I like that one. Alright, so there we go. So that's just going to play, and play, and play, until it has something to hook up to. Okay, so let's do drums! How about that? Okay, so that's definitely a kick drum. So we're going to take both of our controllers, and hold down the triggers to resize, because we want a nice kick to that drum. Okay, and we're just going to place it wherever we want. I think the ground works, because that's the usual setup. And then you will do sample trigger. Okay, and you're going to hook up, you're going to hook up the output of this drum to the sample trigger. And now what that does, basically, is anytime I hit it with a drumstick, it plays the sample. Alright. So, drum roll. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's the basics of samples. Now, I'm going to go a little more in depth now and talk to you about the kind of stuff that can actually be hooked up to a sample. So, here we go again. Let's, Yep. Okay, we'll get into maracas later. Let's see, but there's one more thing I want to show you in this. Alright, here we go, touchpad. Touchpad is another thing that you can hook up to a trigger. Now basically the idea of this is the drums, they do not make noise by themselves. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. However, you hook it up, and it sends a signal into this little guy to play his stuff. And the same goes for this. Now, I have to actually, hit the trigger each time and push the button. But basically, anytime you push a button, it's going to send a signal through your output to whatever input you want. And the reason why this is very, very useful is for stuff like recording, how we showed in the last video. Say I want to record, but for whatever reason my recording thing is way over there. Well, how am I going to do that? I just take a little touchpad here and just boop, and put it up to the trigger. Now what I also can do is hook one up to the play, to the previous, if I wanted to get really in depth with it. But, so if I want to do that, and now it's recording. It's not recording anything because there's no input, but that's how it would work if I wanted to record something. So those are the basics of the sample, the drum, and the, yep, and that. Alright, so we're gonna, in the next video, I'm gonna show you a little bit more in depth on how to completely set up a drum kit so that specifically you can record it in the next video. And we will be talking about audio mixers in the next video. So, stay tuned.